The little boy stood quietly by the garage entrance, holding a broken toy truck with both hands like it was made of glass. Grease-covered arms and clanking tools echoed through the hot afternoon air, but his tiny voice somehow broke through all of it. "Sir. I don't have a daddy," he said, looking up with wide eyes. "Can you fix this?" The mechanic, Jack Miller, froze mid-turn of a wrench. He had been under the hood of a battered Ford pickup, sweat dripping down his forehead. He wiped his hands on a rag and slowly walked toward the boy, unsure what had just hit him harder, his words, or the look on his face. Jack had seen a lot in his 35 years. Broken engines. Broken promises. But this? This was something different. Jack's story. Jack had grown up in foster homes, bouncing between families who saw him as either a burden or a paycheck. He had no parents, no real guidance, only engines and machines that made sense when people didn't. For years, he buried himself in work at his small-town garage, living alone, finding comfort in the rhythm of repairs. So when he looked at the boy, dirt on his cheeks, laces untied, and pain far beyond his years, it was like looking into a mirror from the past. "What's your name, kid?" Jack asked, kneeling down. "Tyler," the boy said. "This was my dad's. It broke, just like he did." Tyler's truth. Tyler was only 7. His father, a soldier, had died overseas 2 years ago. His mother, Rachel, worked double shifts at a diner trying to keep them afloat. They had no relatives nearby, no support system, just each other and the weight of grief they both carried quietly. That toy truck was one of the few things Tyler had left that reminded him of his dad. It hadn't run in months, the wheels jammed and the wiring fried. He'd been holding onto it like hope that someone could fix what was broken. Jack could have said no. He had other work. But something deep inside him stirred. Something long buried. A growing bond. Jack took the truck gently from Tyler's hands and said, "Tell you what. You give me a few hours. I'll see what I can do." Tyler waited on a stool nearby while Jack worked, explaining each step like a teacher guiding a student. For the first time in years, the garage didn't feel empty. It felt alive. The toy came back to life with a soft whir and flashing lights. Tyler clapped and hugged it to his chest. But he didn't leave. He came back the next day. And the next. Rachel eventually came to thank Jack, and apologize for her son bothering him so often. "He's not a bother," Jack replied. "He's a reminder." "Of what?" she asked. "Of what I never had. And maybe, what I still could. Challenges and change." Jack began teaching Tyler more, how to hold a wrench, how to check oil, how to listen to an engine. It wasn't just mechanical knowledge, it was mentorship. Jack started to feel responsible, not out of obligation, but out of something deeper. Connection. But life didn't let them get comfortable. Rachel's job cut her hours. Bills piled up. She came to Jack one evening, defeated. "I think we might have to move in with my cousin. I can't afford to stay here anymore." Jack stood silent, his hands trembling. He had no family, no children. For years, he had convinced himself that he didn't need anyone. But now, losing them felt like losing everything. So he made a decision. The offer. "I've got a spare room," Jack said. "It ain't much. But it's warm. And it's yours if you want it." Rachel stared, tears welling in her eyes. "Why would you do that for us?" Jack looked at Tyler, then back at her. "Because he asked me to fix something. And I think it's more than just a truck." They moved in a week later. The garage became a second home for Tyler, now with his own little toolbox and name tag. Jack found himself laughing more, cooking for 3, even reading bedtime stories. He wasn't just a mechanic anymore. He was something else. He was family. A stronger tomorrow. One day at school, Tyler had to draw his family for a project. Most kids drew stick figure moms and dads. Tyler drew a greasy garage, a toy truck, a tired-looking man with kind eyes, and wrote under it, "My family didn't start like everyone else's. Mine started with a broken truck. And a man who chose to fix more than just toys." The message. We don't always get to choose how our stories begin. But sometimes, life gives us a second chance to rewrite the ending. Sometimes family isn't about blood. It's about showing up. It's about fixing what we didn't break. It's about choosing love, even when it comes in ways we don't expect. And sometimes, a little boy walking into your garage with a broken toy can fix a broken heart you didn't even know you had.